time for Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governors are brought to you by State Farm Insurance Becky Potsuba Agency, the American Fort Pierre, Bank West, Capital City Ford, Lincoln and Toyota, Fording Electric, and Gales Gas.
Olsen hands it off for Getz. He'll pull it for a long range three. Buried by Getz. He's now got 10, and the Governors lead it by 5, their largest lead tonight.
And by American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, First Dakota National Bank, Shane's Pharmacy, and Missouri River Dentistry.
To Twilliger, she'll spin, kicks it back over. Taylor pulls up for 3. That's buried by Graceland Taylor. She's got the Governors up by 6. Taylor's got 5 points.
And by Kruger Contracting, Edward Jones Financial, Lamb Motors, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Todd's Electric, and the South Dakota Office of Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection.
Rebound tipped around, and it's going to be grabbed by the Golden Eagles. They go down the floor with 7 seconds to go. Pass for Fritz, lost the handle of the ball. It's grabbed by Getz with 2 seconds to go. The time will run out, and the Governors will win it 53-51.
And now to the booth we go for Pierre Governor Basketball.
And welcome to Aberdeen Central High School here in South Dakota. Dylan Simmons on the call with you tonight, and welcome back to another edition of KCCR Basketball, home to your Pierre Governors boys and girls basketball team. And welcome to Central High School, where we've got a critical clash between the top two teams fighting for their SODAC 16 lives as we approach the late juncture of the season. Both of these teams coming off losses to Brandon Valley in their last outing, in which both teams played a top 5 school well. That would be the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles and your Pierre Governors basketball teams. Tonight, it's not about sentimental victories. It's about getting an important notch in the win column and fighting for your postseason dreams. Tonight for the Governors, it's all about finishing the job on the road and doing something that they have not been able to do in a number of years, which is beat the Golden Eagles on the road in their house. However, Aberdeen Central also have their backs against the wall, and tonight they're looking to soar over Pierre to a win. Pierre is off to a 3-6 start on the year. Their wins have come against Stevens, Rapid City Central, and Douglas. Half of their losses have come by 11 points or less. Change a few things around, and Pierre could be sitting right at 500 right now. Conversely, Aberdeen Central has lost their first 4 games of the year by single digits and has just not been able to put it together against the cream of the crop this year. Led by head coach Brent Norberg in his 20th season, who is trying to get the team their first winning year since 2022. They've had plenty of close losses this year, and they're a lot better than their 2-8 record would indicate. Like I mentioned before, historically, Pierre has struggled when going on the road against Aberdeen Central. They have not beaten the Golden Eagles in their house since February of 2017. And when you go back to last year's win, that close win at home back at Riggs High School, that was the first win for Pierre since that 2017 season. So, like I said, they've had issues in the past when taking on this Aberdeen Central team. The Golden Eagles have won 7 of the last 8, but streaks are meant to be broken and history is meant to be made. And perhaps tonight we'll see both of those things come to pass here at Aberdeen Central High School. When we come back, we'll have a head coach interview with Brent Norberg of Aberdeen Central, so stay tuned right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Back in 3.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the costs throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Welcome back here on KCCR Radio. Dylan Simmons with you, and I'm joined by the head coach of the Aberdeen Central boys basketball team, Mr. Brent Norberg. And great to have you on, Coach. First question to start off. You guys have been playing a pretty exhaustive schedule so far. This is going to be your fourth game in 10 days, and you've got another one coming up Thursday. How do you as a coach handle all that and keep this team from feeling too worn out?
Just got to play them. I mean, it's on the schedule. You can't complain about it. You know, you try to practice, do different things to keep them fresh, but hopefully now it's almost February. Everyone should be in pretty good shape, hopefully.
Now, you've had a great coaching career already, spanning 20-plus years, and you know Pierre about as well as anybody from the amount of years you've played them. What do you think is unique or similar about this team compared to past teams?
Well, I think every year is a little different. I think they're one thing they don't have, they usually have it is a big one or two really solid, big post players, but they got a lot of athletes, which makes it even harder to guard. Everyone can handle the ball, put a lot of pressure on you defensively, so.
Now, the Governors have been known as a high-scoring team throughout this season, and they especially like to take deep shots from three. What's your strategy for avoiding shots from beyond the arc, and how do you take Pierre out of their comfort zone tonight defensively?
Well, you got to try to guard them. You got to get out there and try to make them put it on the floor and try to pick the ball up, not let them get comfortable, deny the ball, make them get it where they don't want to get it going away from the basket instead of facing the basket.
And last question for you. With the different styles that these two teams play, how important will dictating the pace be tonight?
Well, I think it's important. We like to play fast too, and you know we want to take care of the ball. I think the main key tonight is which team handles the ball better and who wins the rebounding battle. Because we'll both try to play with pace, but who handles it better and doesn't turn it over will be the key.
All right, looking forward to it, Coach. Thank you so much. And that was head coach Brent Norberg of the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. And like I mentioned, he's in his 20th season as head coach. He's seen a lot of basketball over the years, and he's taken this Golden Eagles squad to great heights. And he also serves as a PE and health teacher in the Aberdeen Public School District. And he's coming off a pretty big roster turnover. He lost 6 seniors from a year ago, so this is a relatively young Aberdeen Central team, still trying to find their footing in some ways, and maybe they'll be able to do just that here tonight at home. When we come back, we'll have head coach of the Pierre Governors boys basketball team, Brianna Kustler, right here on KCCR and the KCCR YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 3.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Discover the ultimate driving experience at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. With our extensive lineup of vehicles, including reliable sedans, rugged SUVs, and powerful trucks, finding your perfect match has never been easier. Plus, our dedicated team is committed to providing top-notch customer service, ensuring your satisfaction every step of the way. Visit us today and experience the excellence at Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Welcome back here on KCCR Radio. Dylan Simmons with you, and I'm joined by the head coach of the Pierre Governors boys basketball team, Brianna Kusler. And coach, you've had some tough breaks in some games recently, but you and your teams, you and your team, I should say, have had 5 days to reflect, work on some things, and prepare for the future. What has been the main thing that you and your team have been working on in that time?
I think we've been competitive against some top teams in the state. We just haven't gotten over that hump of resulting in victories, and that's something that we want. We need to do, against Brandon Valley. We were right there with them. It was a 3-point ball game going into the fourth quarter, and then we scored 4 points in the fourth quarter. So finding ways to finish games, getting ourselves a complete game, a full 32 minutes, or if we got to go extra, getting that in there as well. But really feeling solid about the entire time that we're on the floor, and rather than looking back at certain spurts where you'd like to have back.
Definitely looking to play a complete game tonight. Now, the Govs have, like you mentioned, faced some of the toughest teams in AA in the last few weeks, and although you guys have lost some of these games, is there anything that you have taken away from that time that you think makes this team better?
I mean, you're going to learn a lot from losses. You're going to learn a lot from wins. There's a lot to take away. Things to take away in all of our games, and certainly as we're 9 games in at this point, we've certainly learned plenty, and now we want to start putting that into action here. But I think our rebounding has been pretty consistent, and that being intentional on the glass is something that we preach all the time, and finding ways to get those second chance opportunities, but then limiting things on the defensive end and clearing the glass in one, forcing more shots that we want and fewer that they want to take. But then, we've got to find, I think our scoring has been fairly consistent. We've been in that mid-50s, low 60s range, but now we've got to start limiting guys scoring-wise so we can start being more points than the other team. You know, it's as simple as that. We've got to start defending guys better, limiting their scores, and then continue the scoring efforts on our end.
Absolutely. Now, there is no question that this is a tough place to play. You know, I walked in for the first time and I was amazed by the seats on all sides, the massive jumbotron up there. But from a coaching standpoint, how do you not let the intimidation get to the Govs, especially on the road, and especially considering this is your third straight road game? How do you guys have the mentality going on the road? What's that like?
I think this atmosphere certainly resembles Brandon Valley quite a bit, just in a big arena. It'll be a fun atmosphere tonight. They have a blackout theme, so it'll be a good crowd, I expect. But you know, I think at the end of the day, we talk a lot about controlling our side. We can't go as the crowd goes because they're not going to be consistent. We've got to be steady Eddie, always finding ways to elevate each other, and whether things are going good, things are not going so good, we stay consistent and stay up with each other. So, you know, I think that's going to be the message too, of just regardless of what the crowd's doing, you guys maintain our composure and our excitement as well, celebrating the things that need to be celebrated.
Keeping an even keel, absolutely. Now, the Golden Eagles have been known to give up some big scoring nights throughout the season. Offensively, what are you looking for your team to do in particular in order to make life hard for the Central defense?
I think ball reversals is going to be a big key, and then getting second, third chance opportunities as well by crashing the offensive glass hard. But I think we're going to also have some success in transition against them, being able to push the tempo, but that doesn't happen without a good stop defensively. So everything ends up being predicated on the intensity that we bring on the defensive end, and then seeing what we can bring then pushing the tempo, spreading the floor as much as we can.
Now, like I said before, you guys have had some tough breaks in some games recently, and with us getting towards the latter part of the season, should we expect a sense of urgency and hunger tonight, or is it going to be just kind of the usual brand of good Governors basketball and getting the job done?
You know, I mean, we don't want the pressure to be felt by any means.
Right.
We want to be continuing to be playing better basketball every time we have the opportunity. But, you know, it's getting to that point where we got to start turning a corner and getting things resulting in wins for ourselves. You know, that's just a confidence thing. They deserve it. They've earned it. So now let's go out and do it.
All right. Thank you, Coach. All right, that was head coach Brianna Kusler for the Pierre Governors boys basketball team. We're going to take one more 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have basketball live from Aberdeen. Stay tuned right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Back in 2.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Ferding Electric and their team of electricians have been serving the electrical needs of Central South Dakota for over 60 years. For fast, dependable service, call Ferding Electric for free estimates. Commercial, residential, and farm wiring. You'll find a large selection of light bulbs, including the hard-to-find fluorescent bulbs. Ferding Electric at 2903 East Elizabeth Street in Pierre. They'll do the job right the first time. Call 605-224-8684. Ferding Electric, 605-224-8684.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
All right, just concluding the national anthem here at Aberdeen Central High School, and you know what that means. It's about time for some high school basketball action. Cannot wait to see what goes down tonight. Our scoreboard presented by Brittany Schuffelbein of American Family Insurance. Let's get this show on the road for your Pierre Governors. Starting tonight will be Corday, Austin, Sawyer, Sonnenschein, Eladio Simmental, Dawson Getz, and Luke Olson. Aberdeen Central will have Brendan Phillips in the center circle for the tip-off. 3-6 and 2-8, but don't get the records twisted, folks. Despite what it may say on paper, these two teams are as hungry as ever to go out, get a win, and prove something tonight and keep pace in the South Dakota AA basketball standings. An East-South Dakota Conference clash. Here we go. Govs, Golden Eagles. And the tip is won by Aberdeen Central. Kobe Dower takes it. And Aberdeen Central will go to work. Dower gives it back. They go to the left side. Found by Phillips. Phillips on the left wing. Gets the ball back. Guarded by Olson. Bounce pass. Gives it back to Swanson. Luke Swanson able to find Dowan again. Dowan back to Phillips. Swanson trying to find somewhere to go. Good perimeter defense by Pierre. Here's a shot up and good from Jacob Wishar. Wishar from mid-range puts Aberdeen Central on top. It's 2-0. And that's the kind of mid-range jumper that the Golden Eagles are looking for. Now it's Pierre's turn to respond. Luke Olson from the right wing. Near side gives it up to Getz. Dawson Getz hesitates and now goes to Sonnenschein. Here's Sawyer Sonnenschein. Guarded by Wishar. Long-range shot. No good from two-point range. But the rebound by Getz. Good offensive board by Pierre. And something they need a lot of in this game. Olson gets a screen from Simmental. Backs up, goes inside, bounce pass, great pass to Austin, underneath the basket, can't get it to fall, rebound, Sonnenschein blocked, Austin gets it back, Austin on the block, off the glass, scores. How about Corday Austin sticking with it and tying this game up? 2-2, and a great offensive possession for Pierre, 6:42 to go in the first quarter. Now on the other end, a foul is going to be committed as Brendan Phillips goes up for a shot. And initially, it looks like that foul is on Eladio Simmental, and the officials concur. His first of the game. 6:37 to go in the first quarter. Tie game at 2 apiece between Pierre and Aberdeen Central. It's blackout night, as Coach Kusler mentioned here in Aberdeen. First free throw goes in. It's about a 2.5-hour drive to get up here to the northeast corner of the state. Phillips' second free throw rattles around the rim, but falls. So Brendan Phillips goes 2 for 2, and Aberdeen Central takes a 4-2 lead. Golden Eagles on top. Olson with the basketball at the top of the key. Olson goes left side to Sonnenschein. Sonnenschein on the left wing. Finds Getz. Getz, guarded by Phillips, goes back to Olson. Olson to the corner. Near corner inside to Austin. Now Olson in the post. Lost the ball. It is on the ground. Who's got it? A scrum for it. And a travel is going to be called. So there was clear possession by Aberdeen Central. Ball was in the hands of Colby Dowan, but he ended up traveling as a result. So it kind of backfired on the Golden Eagles just a bit. And thus the Governors will get the basketball once more. 4-2 Golden Eagles lead. Pierre trying to tie this game up or maybe take the lead. Sonnenschein near side. Finds Austin. Goes to Olson. Olson driving against the baseline. Backs up. And now makes his move, trying to find something in the low post. Instead goes to Getz. Getz floater off the top of the rim, no good. And the rebound is taken up by Jacob Wishar. Aberdeen Central on the move. Near side to Swanson. Swanson goes to Phillips. Swanson gets it back. He's their three-point specialist. Bounce pass inside. Wishar almost traveled that time. Goes to Swanson in the near corner. Swanson off the handoff, gets fouled by Sawyer Sonnenschein. It's going to be a reach-in foul. And Sonnenschein kind of grimaces after that one. That's one that he knows that he just can't afford. That'll be his first foul of the game. And the second team foul by Pierre so far. 5:32 to go in the first quarter. Wishar able to find Swanson. Swanson inside. Great pass. Shot cannot go. So the shot was missed by Jack Birch. Couldn't get it to fall. And now Pierre looking to capitalize. Inside carrying the ball is Simmental. Couldn't get it in the hoop. Almost traveled that time, but did a great job with his gather step just to get that ball up without traveling. Unfortunately, the shot didn't go in. Birch hands it off. Now it goes back inside to Swanson. Now they kick it back out. Phillips for three. No good off the side of the iron. And Pierre's got the basketball. Semental goes to Getz. Getz finds Sun and Shine. That was actually, Corday Austin check it. Getz for three. No good off the front of the iron. And the rebound taken by Aberdeen Central. Golden Eagles preserving the 4-2 lead. Luke Swanson near the baseline. Gives it back up to Phillips. Swanson's got it once more. Swanson now goes to Dowen. Dowen finds Phillips. But again, nowhere to go here for Aberdeen Central. Good perimeter defense. Swanson gives it up to Wishar. Wishar once again goes back to Swanson. Pierre is really targeting them beyond this three-point line. Inside, the shot goes in for Jack Birch. They left him open, and he was able to spin off of the defense and put it right in the hoop. 6-2 Golden Eagles with 4:06 to go in the first quarter. A great start for Aberdeen Central's offense. Inside, Semental to Austin to score. Corday Austin pulling a stone-cold Steve Austin by breaking some glass and making it 6-4. 2-point game, 3:52 to go. First quarter, bounce pass inside, and an easy layup for Colby Dowen. Left him wide open in the transition defense, did Pierre, and the Golden Eagles made him pay. Olsen tries to fire one inside to Austin, does, and Austin scores. How about Corday Austin's start to this game? He's got all 6 points for Pierre thus far. And found himself open that time, put it right in the hoop. 3:26 to go in the first quarter. Ball bounces away from Swanson, goes now inside, and a shot goes in for Dowen again. Colby Dowen off to a rocket start, 10-6 for the Golden Eagles. It's like a SpaceX rocket launching off for the Golden Eagles right now. Inside, shot is going to go in for Luke Olsen. That's his first basket of the game, and he made a great adjustment at the basket going inside the post. 10-8, Pierre hanging with Aberdeen Central. Long-range three is no good from Swanson, but an offensive rebound to Dowen, and he scores again off the glass. Colby Dowen is lighting up the Pierre defense right now. 12-8 Golden Eagles. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Sun and Shine, near side from beyond the arc. Able to find Austin. Mid-range jumper in and out of the rim. Ball's tipped up in the air. And a foul's committed by Aberdeen Central on the rebound attempt. So Pierre will retain possession, as it looks like we're going to get almost a new five for Aberdeen Central. It's going to be 4 players subbing in. Pierre will also make a couple of substitutions of their own, Carter Shufflebein will check into the game for the first time. And he will be joined by Lincoln Dilgis as well. Inbound pass. Dilgis had to go over his head, but does collect it. Dilgis from nearly the half-court line goes to Luke Olsen. Olsen directing traffic. He wants a screen from Dilgis. Almost gets it, but not quite. And he fakes it inside. Dilgis tried to come up with the pass, and he couldn't. It bounced off of his fingertips. Actually, that was Getz who was trying to secure it, and he could not. Olsen kind of faked like he was going to go to the outside, then decided to go inside with the pass that time. And obviously not on the same page with Getz. 2:13 to go in the first quarter, and again, Aberdeen Central on the move. Bounce pass, intercepted, taken away by Carter Shufflebein. And Shufflebein on the move, transition offense, miscommunication and a turnover. Tried to go to Austin, now on the other end. Phillips goes up for the shot, gets blocked, but it was last touched by a Governor, so the Golden Eagles will retain possession. But a mistake in transition that time by Pierre, as Corday Austin wasn't looking for the basketball when Shufflebein tried to go to him. Gets his subbed out, and we'll see our first look at Sutton Sun and Shine in this game. Inbound pass, mid-range jumper, no good from Christian Palmer, and that will lead to Pierre basketball. Foul on Aberdeen Central as they were trying to go for the rebound attempt. Didn't see exactly who that was on. Try to get that for you in just a second. 1:52 to go in the first quarter. Game is at 12-8, Golden Eagles on top. Olsen from the right side, getting double teamed for a moment, goes inside, tried to fit it into Lincoln Dilgis, and it goes off his fingertips just over his head. That was a high arcing pass by Luke Olsen, kind of trying to fire in like a Patrick Mahomes sidearm, and he just couldn't get it to stick. So Dilgis and the Governors with another turnover. Now we'll see what Aberdeen Central can do. Brendan Phillips Bounces it over to Dutenhofer. And that's intercepted, taken away by Sonnenschein. Sonnenschein, that is. Makes a move, goes to Austin inside, spins in the post, puts up a shot and scores. What a first quarter for Corday Austin. Plug in the cord, he's got 8, and Pierre's got 10. 12-10 with 1:13 to go in the first quarter. Far side for the Golden Eagles. Three-point shot, no good from the corner. Rebounded by Schuffelbein. Fast break for Pierre. Inside, shot up, no good from Lincoln Dilgis. Had an easy look at the basket, but couldn't get the finish off the glass. Now we'll see if the Golden Eagles can cash in. They go to Phillips. Phillips from the left side. Goes to the top of the key to Dutenhofer. That pass nearly taken away. Phillips from long range, no good on the three-pointer. Rebound attempt is brought back out by Aberdeen Central. Phillips comes up with it, bounces it inside to Bergan, and Bergan scores. Aberdeen Central stuck with it, and that offensive rebound that Phillips managed to secure made all the difference. 14-10 Golden Eagles with 26 seconds to go in this first period. And I think that Pierre is going to have their time to let this one go, as Luke Olson is not going to be too ambitious. Shot clock is off, so he can take as much time as he wants. Luke Olson now going to make his move. In the post he goes, in the lane, shot up, off the glass, he scores. Great take by Luke Olson, final seconds of the first quarter. Here's a three-quarter court shot, no good from Christian Palmer, and that will do it for our first quarter. A hard-fought first quarter between the Govs and the Golden Eagles, 14-12, Aberdeen Central on top. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be right back to Aberdeen. You're listening to high school basketball on KCCR and the KCCR YouTube channel. Back in 1.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
Welcome back here to Aberdeen, South Dakota. Dylan Simmons on the call with you for Pierre Governors boys basketball. Second quarter already in progress. Pierre's got it. Corday Austin for three. Corday Austin can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound goes in for Dawson Getz. Number 10 with a perfect 10 on that offensive board, and we are all tied up at 14 apiece. Now Aberdeen Central looking for a response. Both of these teams defensively have had issues as of late. Pierre has given up over 60 points in 5 of their last 6, and the same goes for Aberdeen Central. In fact, it's actually 6 of 6 for them. So both teams have had struggles defensively, as there's a scrum for the basketball. Getz dives for it, and it looks like a timeout will be taken. We're going to stick with the action right here. 7:20 to go in the second quarter. Game all knotted up at 14 apiece between Pierre and Aberdeen Central. And like I mentioned, both of these teams have struggled defensively at points this year. And Pierre has struggled on the road, at least so far. They have a 1-3 record so far, whenever having to go to enemy territory. But they have a chance to potentially swap that all around right here by getting a win against Aberdeen Central. And again, like I said to Coach Kluser, although that this is not a must-win game, so to speak, it is still a very important one. When you look at the general scope of South Dakota AA and where the standings lie right now, Pierre is currently 10th in the standings, and they want a shot at a Sodak 16 home game. You got to think that they'll have to just about win most of their games from this point on. Corday Austin's got it. Pierre back on offense. Game tied up at 14 apiece. Luke Olson's got it from the far side. Olson hesitating and instead goes to Austin on the right side. Austin finds Getz. Getz double teamed. Goes to Schuffelbein. Now Pierre's got it once more to Olson. Olson from the far side, got to hurry. Shot clock down to 5. Olson works inside, and Let's see what the call is going to be here. They're going to call a travel on Luke Olson. He tried to hop in the post and put it up underneath the basket, but he just didn't have enough clearance against that Aberdeen Central defense, and they made him pay that time. Now the Golden Eagles go back to work. Let's see what Aberdeen Central can do with this newfound life. Here comes Bowen. Bowen goes inside. That shot is no good. Offensive rebound is going to result in a foul for Jacob Wishar, and that should send him to the free throw line. So good work by Wishar to pursue the basketball after it was Dowen, beg your pardon, who went up and tried to put that shot in. Wishar right there to the basketball, and now he's got a chance to give his team the lead, which he does. 15-14 Golden Eagles with 6:29 to go in the second quarter. Aberdeen Central 2-8, coming off an 8-15 record a year ago. They were 6-5 at home, so they play statistically much better here in their home venue than they do on the road. Both free throws go in, and the game is now 16-14 in favor of Aberdeen Central. Wishar now with 4 points. That ball was bobbled for a second by Eladio Semental. Luke Olson's got it. Olson finds, gets from three. Yes, sir, money. Dawson gets from downtown, nails the first three of the game for Pierre, and the Governors retake the lead, 17-16 with 6 minutes to go. That basketball almost gets away from the Golden Eagles. They are able to find it with Jacob Wishar. Wishar goes to Phillips. Phillips goes across the court to Dowen. Dowen trying to find somewhere to go. Goes to the corner to Wishar. Wishar gives it right back. Ball taken up by Luke Swanson. Swanson to Dowen. Dowen makes a move in the post, guarded by Suttonshine, and a great cut to the basket by Jack Birch. And Aberdeen Central takes an 18-17 lead as Birch made a great move right behind Carter Shufflebein that time. Gets step back shot, yes! Dawson gets with a great step back mid-range two-pointer, and Pierre retakes the lead 19-18 as these offenses are starting to find their footing. Three-point shot up here, and no good from Brendan Phillips. Ball is tipped out of bounds. Let's see who's got possession. It is going to be Aberdeen Central basketball. So the Golden Eagles get a little bit of a break that time. Pierre not in full agreement with the call. Some substitutions made. Caden Aharts checks in for Pierre. Aberdeen Central will also send in a couple. Looks like Michael Dutenhofer is back in the game. So Pierre back on offense, up 19-18. Pierre is going to get possession, actually. So they overruled the initial call. And now it's Luke Olson directing traffic. Finds Corday Austin. Goes across the court to Aharts. Aharts to Getz. Stutter step shot. No good from the free throw line. Rebound is collected by Jack Birch. So a missed chance for Getz that time after a red-hot start to the second quarter. Inside this shot, off the backboard, no good from Brendan Phillips. Great defense by Pierre, and a reach-in foul on the transition offense committed by Aberdeen Central. Foul goes against, looks like Colby Dowen. Waited for that one for a second. So Dowen with the foul. That's his first of the game. It's been a pretty clean game overall. Not a lot of free throw shooting on either side thus far, although we have seen fouls on occasion. Olson from the top of the key. Gives it over to Corday Austin. Olson taking his time now with the basketball. Olson in one-on-one, has to get rid of it to Getz. Getz gathers his step, puts up a shot, no good. Tries to get his own rebound. Instead, it's collected by Brendan Phillips, but he's in trouble. He tries to get rid of it, and a timeout taken, a smart timeout taken by Brent Norberg. We're going to stick with the action right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. 19-18 Pierre on top of Aberdeen Central with 4:14 to go here in the half. And it's been a fun one so far, very evenly contested, which in the past, that's the way it's been. These two teams always seem to find a way to play close, especially here in Aberdeen. When you go back to the 2022 matchup, it ended in an electric 84-82 score with the Golden Eagles getting the win. Not quite on pace for that tonight, but hey, you never know what can happen if things get a little bit crazy all of a sudden. So don't rule anything out, especially in this early juncture of the game. Pierre on top, 19-18. Right now, the Governors are averaging 55.2 points per game. Both of these teams have their best quarter in the fourth. Maybe something to keep an eye on later. Now it's the Golden Eagles back with the basketball. Dowen gives it up to Birch. That pass intercepted. What a read by Luke Olson. He goes coast to coast. Olson scores. He's now got 6, and Pierre extends their lead to 3, their biggest of the second quarter. 21-18 Govs. Now Dutenhofer gets the basketball from Phillips. Dutenhofer, bounce pass inside, has to get it right back. Goes to Phillips, driving against the baseline, get rid of it, and he goes it right to Luke Olson. Olson goes coast to coast again. Olson now with 8 and back-to-back turnovers committed by Aberdeen Central as the ball is thrown right to Luke Olson. And a 5-point Governors lead. Dutenhofer gets rid of it, able to find Bergan. Mid-range jumper no good, goes off the rim. Offensive rebound is scored by Jack Birch. Birch using that long length once again to make the difference. It's 23-20 Pierre. And this game continues to excite and amaze. Here's Aharts. Just played a heck of a game in the sophomore affair. Shot up, no good as he tried to get the turnaround. Austin trying to gather the basketball, could not. And Aberdeen Central will come up with it. Phillips almost played defender that time, trying to locate it. Actually, that was Bergan who was in front of Corday Austin. And now the Golden Eagles come up with the basketball once more. 2:58 to go in the second quarter. A lot of basketball left to be played, but what a fun start we've had so far, and we're far from done. Brendan Phillips from the left side. Goes inside. Luke Swanson, or check it, Wishar's got it. Wishar, that pass is intercepted, taken away by Aharts. Aharts 2-on-1, shot up and he scores. Great work by Caden Aharts on the steal and the finish with 2 defenders draped on him. 25-20 Govs, and Pierre is heating up like a biscuit in the microwave. Luke Olson, another steal and another score. The Pierre Governors defense has taken over this second quarter, 27-20. They've gotten 4 steals in a matter of less than a minute. What a sequence for Pierre. Another timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well, a full 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back to Aberdeen, South Dakota. You're listening to high school basketball on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Back in 1 minute. 1 minute.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Welcome back to Aberdeen. Dylan Simmons on the call with you. We're in the late stages of the first half between your Pierre Governors boys basketball team and the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Aberdeen Central with the basketball, trying to go back to work, down 27-20. Pierre looking pretty solid on defense in the last little bit. That is going to be a foul committed by Pierre. Looks like that was Semental who was the guilty party that time, or actually Corday Austin. And that'll send in a substitute for Pierre. Looks like Carter Shufflebine's going to check back in the game. He'll come in for Dawson Getz. 2:06 to go in the second quarter. And Pierre is certainly in a very advantageous position right now. Up 27-20, they have completely turned the tide on defense by forcing turnovers, which was exactly what Brianna Kusler wanted to do here. And she has lived up to her words in the pregame interview. Now we'll see what the Golden Eagles can do. Trying to find a way to get past this stingy Pierre defense. Shot up and good from Jacob Wishar from mid-range. And that makes it a 5-point Governor lead, 27-22, 1:48 to go in the second quarter. Ball given over to Aharts. Aharts tries to elevate to Semental, couldn't get it to go, and the steal is taken by Aberdeen Central. Here come the Golden Eagles trying to make good on the offensive side. Drive against the baseline by Colby Dowen. Dowen goes back to the top of the key. Ball taken by Phillips. Now Dowen gets the ball back, gets a screen. Dowen from the free throw line, that pass is taken away. Corday Austin forces the turnover now with a fast break. He goes off the defender, charge is called, and it's an offensive foul. So Corday Austin took the defender head on that time. Looks like that was Colby Dower, or actually no, that was Jacob Wishar who was trying to defend him in the low post. Pierre's gonna send Dawson Getz back in for Shufflebind. 27-21, Pierre on top with 1:14 to go, or 22 rather, with 1:10 to go in this first half. And now we'll see Brendan Phillips go to work. Left wing now goes inside. Mid-range jumpers up from Wishar, no good. Rebounded by Austin. And now Pierre with the fast break. Luke Olson stops on a dime. Goes to Aharts. Aharts finds Getz. Goes to Semental. Semental backs up. Great pass. Great feed. Cannot get the finish to Aharts. Aharts made a great cut in the low post to go right to the basket, but couldn't get the finish off the glass. Here's a three-point shot from Phillips. No good. And the three-point drought continues for Aberdeen Central. Fast break to Semental off the glass. No good on the tough shot. And the rebound is collected finally by Brendan Phillips. 30 seconds to go in the first half, and the Golden Eagles with the basketball. Pierre on top by 5, trying to keep the momentum going into the locker room. Jacob Wishar hesitating. Guarded by Aharts, now goes back to the right side. Luke Swanson from the right wing, now goes back to the center court. Phillips has it with 7 seconds to go. Now to Bergan. Bergan finding Swanson. Swanson goes to Bergan. That shot is blocked ferociously by Dawson Getz to end the half, and that will do it for the first half of action. Pierre Governors on top 27-22 over Aberdeen Central. And what a dominant defensive half, or rather defensive quarter of basketball it was for Pierre in the second quarter, and a great flurry of scoring as a result of that defense. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and be right back to Aberdeen with your halftime show for Pierre Governors basketball right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in 3.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones financial advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, the Pierre Governors haven't played a home game since January 14th, but they've made themselves right at home here in Aberdeen, South Dakota, currently up 27-22 on the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles boys basketball team. What's going on, everybody? Dylan Simmons here with you for the KCCR Pierre Governors boys basketball halftime show, and your Govs on top 27-22 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. And right now the Govs are doing a lot of things right, but the main key that got them this lead in the second quarter was their defense. They were sensational for about a minute and a half stretch there, forcing 4 back-to-back turnovers, and all of them basically resulted in points. So Pierre is certainly riding the tidal wave of offense and defense, for that matter, right now in this one. Pierre's top scorer in that first half was Luke Olson, who managed to get to double digits, and 6 of those points came off of turnovers on fast breaks. So Luke Olson certainly able to turn the tide in the second quarter. Dawson Getz with 7 points, Corday Austin with 8, and Caden Aharts also had a single 2-point shot rattle home for the Governors, and that's how they got their 27 in that first half of action. Meanwhile, for Aberdeen Central, they were led in scoring by Jack Birch, with 6. He was tied with Jacob Wishar, who also had 6, as well as Colby Dowen. All 3 of those guys with 6 points, but no double-digit scorers for Aberdeen Central so far. Brendan Phillips had 2, and Turner Brigand also had 2 points for the Golden Eagles. So Aberdeen Central did have more scorers than Pierre, but they didn't have the same volume of scoring as the Governors were able to manage. Pierre entering this game with a 3-6 record overall, currently number 10 in the AA standings, and trying to fight their way back up into contention for a SODAC 16 home game. But their games recently have been against some very tough opponents. In 4 of their last 5 losses, Pierre has, in those games, those 4 teams had a combined 31-9 record. So we're talking the best of the best in AA. When you have that kind of gauntlet, it's going to kind of make you maybe look worse as far as your record is concerned than you otherwise would be. And Pierre is showing just how good they can be on both sides of the basketball so far tonight, and they're doing it with great efficient play on offense and defense. Pierre has given up 60-plus points against their opponents in 5 of their last 6 games, but if they keep playing like they are right now, they're on track to make sure that that does not happen tonight, and they could potentially break that streak right here against Aberdeen Central. And they could also get their second road win of the season. The road has not treated them well so far. They've had a lot of issues in getting road wins. Their only road win has come against Douglas so far this year, but it seems as though the tide may be turning and they may be able to pick up another big win against Aberdeen Central on the road here tonight. Meanwhile, for the Golden Eagles, currently sitting at 2-8 overall, trying to claw their way back into SODAC 16 contention, and they've also had their own defensive woes, giving up 60-plus points in 5 straight games, and they may be on track to do it once again right here. And the next 4 games for Aberdeen Central also are going to look pretty tough. They'll have a lot of the same gauntlet that Pierre's had so far in the season. But Aberdeen Central is a team that always seems to play the best of the best close. In fact, in 4 of their losses, they've lost by just 10 points or less, and that was in the first 4 games of the season. So Pierre cannot take their foot off the gas in the second half. They have to make sure to finish and have to make sure to rely on their primary scorers as well as creating turnovers for their offense. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have Pierre Governor basketball live in Aberdeen. Second half action on the way right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 3.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, and Pierre, where exceptional customer service meets an incredible inventory lineup. Looking for your dream car? Our expert team is here to guide you every step of the way. From dependable Fords to luxurious Lincolns and versatile Toyotas, we have something for every taste, need, and budget. Experience the difference with us today. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Becky Pottsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Ferding Electric and their team of electricians have been serving the electrical needs of Central South Dakota for over 60 years. For fast, dependable service, call Ferding Electric for free estimates. Commercial, residential, and farm wiring. You'll find a large selection of light bulbs, including the hard-to-find fluorescent bulbs. Ferding Electric at 2903 East Elizabeth Street in Pierre. They'll do the job right the first time. Call 605-224-8684. Ferding Electric, 605-224-8684.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Aberdeen. Let's get going with second half basketball. Aberdeen Central with the ball, and they immediately score with Jacob Wishar from mid-range. So that didn't take long. We just got back from break, and Aberdeen Central already back on the scoreboard. It is a one-possession game once again, 27-24, and 4 unanswered points now for Aberdeen Central. Luke Olson in trouble, gets it off to Getz right at mid-range. He's on the logo. Midcourt, I should have said. Olson now, from the top of the key, goes to Getz. Getz from the left side. Getz hands it off and is able to find Austin. Corday Austin, now a long-range three-point shot is going to go in. Luke Olson from way downtown off the pass from Corday Austin. How about Luke Olson stepping up and delivering a dagger to the defense for Aberdeen Central, 30-24, and now the Golden Eagles trying to find a response. Wishar able to find Phillips. He'll take a three-point shot, no good. And Aberdeen Central struggles from beyond the arc continue. Getz has it. Getz goes to Austin. Corner three. No good. Rebound is somehow going to go to Luke Olson. Ripped up right away from the defender. Now it's Getz. Floaters up. No good from mid-range. And the rebound is collected by Jacob Wishar. Aberdeen Central with the fast break. Golden Eagles on the move. And here travel for Luke Swanson. Goes back to Wishar. Wishar finds Swanson. He takes the three-point shot. It is off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Wishar, and he's doing it all. Jacob Wishar basically did it himself that possession, off the glass, gets the offensive board, and scores. 30-26 Pierre. Olson gets a screen from Getz and tries to work his way inside. A foul's going to be called as Olson was driving toward the basket. Looks like that foul was committed by Wishar. And that will result in Pierre getting an inbound pass. So a foul by Aberdeen Central, and haven't seen too many of those on either side tonight, but it could become more of a trend late. Getz has it. Getz tried to get rid of it to Semental. Instead, it bounced its way to Sawyer Sonnenschein. Luke Olson now with the basketball. Olson in the lane, gives it up. Corday Austin from mid-range, no good. Olson flies trying to get the basketball, but out of bounds, and Aberdeen Central will take over. That shot went behind the backboard. That's the reason it was ruled out of play. And it results in the Golden Eagles getting possession in a 4-point game. Here's Dowen. Dowen goes back to Swanson. Swanson guarded by Sonnenschein. Going to go to the left side to Phillips. Weishar's got it. Now Dowen, heavily contested in the post, gives it up inside. Shot up and no good from Brendan Phillips. And the rebound by Semental, rather Austin. Now Pierre's got it once more. Gets double team. Goes into traffic, finds Semental. Semental bounce pass. Austin inside off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, can't put it in. Gets his own rebound again. And great rebounding skills by Corday Austin. Luke Olson's got it now. Olson is fouled. Once again, looks like it was by Luke Swanson this time. So Swanson with the foul, his first of the second half. And that is the third team foul this third quarter. Pierre's going to send in a substitute, as it looks like Caden Aharts will check back in the game, coming in for Semental. Pierre on top by 4, with 5:19 to go in the third quarter. Olson from the logo, guarded by Swanson, who's really had a tough time guarding Luke Olson as of late. Olson's going to try to make his life that much harder. Goes to Corday Austin, who's fouled. Austin trying to collect the basketball, looks like was fouled by Jack Birch. And now Pierre with the inbound pass, 5:07 to go in the third. And now we'll see a substitution for Aberdeen Central as Michael Dutenhofer, checks in the game. Olson finds Sawyer Sonnenschein, three-point shot, no good, and the rebound collected by Jack Birch. Golden Eagles on the move, trying to soar their way to the basket. Dutenhofer stops, tries to get it up to Phillips, and it goes out of bounds. Phillips was right there, but the pass was a little bit off target by Dutenhofer, and that slight miscalculation results in another turnover for the Golden Eagles among quite a few here tonight, and it's costing them a chance at this basketball game right now. Luke Olson once again trying to terrorize this defense, goes right at Swanson, goes to the basket and scores. Luke Olson off the glass continues to elevate the ball and elevate his game. Pierre on top 32-26 now on the Golden Eagles in their own building. Dowen's got it. Double team for just a moment. Ahart's on defense now. Gives it up to Swanson. Swanson from the right side is fouled. And the Golden Eagles should get an inbound pass from this. Luke Swanson right against Caden Aharts that time. 4:27 to go in this third quarter. If you're just joining us on KCCR Radio or the KCCR Sports YouTube channel, it's been a dandy so far between these two teams. Here on the road, a long way from home for Pierre, but much like Peter Parker, they're not bothered by being a long way from home, as a foul is going to be committed by Pierre near the top of the key. And the foul was committed by Sawyer Sonnenschein, who was trying to rip the ball away from Colby Dowen. Inbound pass for Central. They give it up. Phillips has it. Phillips uses his height, backs up to Dutenhofer, now goes back to Swanson. Swanson from three-point range, yes! And the first three-point shot goes in for Luke Swanson and for Aberdeen Central in total. So Luke Swanson able to make it a one-possession game just like that. Now Pierre with Luke Olson. Olson finds Aharts. Aharts pulling double duty today. Played in the sophomore game a bit ago. Luke Olson from way downtown puts it in. Luke Olson is a man possessed right now, 35-29, and he answers the Swanson three with one of his own. 3:44 to go in the third quarter. Backing up, Phillips off the glass, good. Brendan Phillips with a great feed, and that makes it a 4-point game. 35-31, 3:36 to go in the third quarter. We're going to stick with the action right here. It's a 30-second timeout. Governors on top by 4 over Aberdeen Central. And man, what a fun game it's been so far. And what's really impressed, I think, a lot of us here is that despite Pierre having sequences where it seems like they're about to take over this game, the Golden Eagles will just not go away. They always seem to have an answer, and that is a testament to just how determined these two teams are tonight to win this basketball game and solidify their spots in the South Dakota AA boys basketball standings. A lot on the line in this game. When you think about games that you're quote-unquote supposed to win, I think that both of these teams feel like they're supposed to win this one. But only one's going to be able to come away with momentum and a big potential turning point in their season. Olsen from the high post, gives it over to Carter Shufflebine, who's just checked in the game. Olsen gets a screen, goes inside to Getz, who's somehow able to find it, goes off the glass and scores. What a move by Dawson Getz, and how in the world did he collect that basketball to get it in the hoop? 37-31 Govs. Now we'll see if an answer will be given by the Golden Eagles, and it will not. Missed three-point shot by Phillips, and now Shufflebine's got it. Shufflebine to Olsen, he pulls up from three. No good. Rebound collected by Jacob Wishar. Now the Golden Eagles back on offense. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Can Aberdeen Central bring it back to a potential one-possession game or maybe a four-point game? From the corner, it's Wishar. Wishar able to find a man. Floaters up, no good from Dutenhofer. Rebound taken by Austin. Now Austin finds Getz. Getz on the fast break. Transition defense for the Golden Eagles. Getz spins, shoots, fires, scores. Dawson Getz able to back his way up to the hoop and put it right in off the spin move. It's an 8-point Governor lead, 39-31 over the Golden Eagles, biggest lead of the game for Pierre. Three-point shot is up and no good from the Golden Eagles. Rebound is on the ground, and who's going to come up with it? Timeout taken by Aberdeen Central. It looks like the Golden Eagles will get possession, but right now the points are not falling for the Golden Eagles, and all the points are falling for Pierre. Up by 8 here on the road. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout and be right back to Aberdeen. You're listening to high school Pierre Governors basketball right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Welcome back to Pierre Governors basketball on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Action already back in progress. Few substitutes here for Aberdeen Central trying to generate something on offense. Turner Bergan goes to the opposite side, now found by Swanson. Luke Swanson to Phillips. Phillips guarded by Getz. Backs up, goes right back to Swanson. But right now, the Pierre perimeter defense is making all the difference. Ball goes to Bergan. Bergan lost the thing. Taken over by Lincoln Dilges, who's just checked in. Great defense by Pierre once again, and another turnover forced. Aarts collects the basketball, finds Olsen. Olsen from the far side, backs up to the corner. Lost the ball out of bounds, and it looks like that was last touch by Olsen. Good defense by Brendan Phillips that time, and Aberdeen Central will take over. 39-31 Pierre on top. This scoreboard courtesy of American Family Insurance and the Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And despite what it says, we are in the third quarter. I'm going to go ahead and fix that right now for you folks at home. There we go. Now it's where it's supposed to be. So it is the third quarter, 1:26 to go in this period. That ball flutters way up in the air, and Pierre comes up with it. Shufflebine goes coast to coast. Great defense by Pierre to rip that ball away. I think that was Olsen who poked it out and allowed Shufflebine to capitalize. 41-31, Pierre on top. 10-point Governors lead, their biggest lead of the game. Now Wishar looking for something here. Wishar tries to go over to Dowen, and does find him. Now Dowen gets it back. Goes over, wide open. Phillips for three from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Aharts. 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here can bleed some clock if they want to, but they're not going to. Getz scores. Getz scores off the feed from Luke Olsen, and Pierre just continues to make it rain in this third quarter, and they are starting to really put a gap between themselves and the Golden Eagles. The tide may be on the verge of permanently turning in this one, if Pierre can keep this momentum up going into the final quarter. And a push foul is going to be called as Turner Bergan was trying to get rid of that basketball. And Luke Olson is the guilty party, just made a little bit too much contact. Looks like we'll see Jacob Wishar head to the bench as Jack Birch checks back in. 20.8 to go in this third quarter. And right now, Pierce playing with house money as Sawyer Sunshine will check in the game, and Dawson Getz makes his way to the bench, and it's a nice high five from his teammates and his coach. 20.8 to go in the third quarter. This could be the final possession. Shot clock's turned off for this third quarter. Luke Swanson all the way back at the big Arizona-looking logo here in Aberdeen. Golden Eagles trying to find something here on offense. Going to Dowen, corner three, no good, over the hoop. Rebound is finally collected by Aharts, and that's going to do it for this third quarter. That brief moment of collection by Aharts ended up costing them a chance at a final shot. But we're on our way to the fourth quarter. Pierre on top 43-31. We're set up for a great finish here on the road. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be right back to Aberdeen. You're listening to Pierre Governors Basketball on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Back in one.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
The Pierre Governors trying to get Brianna Kusler her 39th career win here on the road tonight against Aberdeen Central. Dylan Simmons on the call with you, and Luke Olson going right to the hoop once more. Olson adds 2 more and gets 18 total points on the night. 45-31, Pierre on top over Aberdeen Central, and a turnover committed by the Golden Eagles. Looks like that was Colby Dowen who went out of bounds that time, and Pierre able to collect it once more. Great defense by Dawson Getz, and things just continue to go right for the Governors here in an unfamiliar environment, at least as far as this season is concerned. Pierre trying to break an 8-year streak of losing on the road to this Aberdeen Central team. Haven't won here in this venue since February of 2017, and they're on the verge of breaking that streak and getting their own streak going against the Golden Eagles and winning their second in a row, against Aberdeen Central. Foul committed here by Caden Aharts against Brendan Phillips. And this Pierre team on the verge of moving to 4-6 overall and 4-5 in AA play, which with them currently listed as 10th in the AA standings will certainly help their position and get them more confidence going into their next game, which is going to be this Friday at home against Harrisburg. Should be a fun one there, and then they'll play the very next day also at home against O'Gorman. A couple of tough tests coming up, but right now they're trying to finish this one off. This shot is going to be blocked on Turner Bergan. Dawson Getz and Carter Shufflebein, rather Lincoln Dilges playing defense. Ball collected by the Golden Eagles. Dowen goes over to Phillips. Phillips from the far side gives it up to Birch. Birch trying to find somewhere to go. 3-point shot up from Phillips, and he scores. So Brendan Phillips able to cash in after that bizarre sequence for Aberdeen Central. And it's now a 45-34 basketball game. Here with an 11-point lead, but the gap shrinks ever so slightly with 6:41 to go in regulation. A lot of disappointment for Pierre recently. And again, when you look at who they've played, as I mentioned before, 4 of their 5 opponents have been tremendous teams, and those 4 teams have a combined 31-9 record in their last 5 losses. That really is a testament to just how good the competition is right now in AA, and the teams Pierre's been playing as Sawyer Sunshine goes to Aharts, and he scores. Great transition offense. That is exactly how you draw it up if you're Brianna Kusler in this Pierre offense. That is a play that'll make a coach smile. 47-34, Dowen goes for three. He can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound, no good from Bergan. And finally collected by Sonnenschein. And a foul's committed as well by Aberdeen Central. So the hits just keep on coming for the Golden Eagles. And right now, Pierre just continues to excel in their position in the catbird seat. 6:08 to go in this fourth quarter. Luke Olson just now crosses half court, goes to Getz. Getz able to find an open man. It's Aharts from the corner. Corner three's no good. Rebound collected by Brendan Phillips. Phillips on the fast break. Moving inside, gives it to Birch. Birch trying to find Dowen. Ball goes out of play. And Pierre is going to get the basketball back again. Another sloppy turnover for Aberdeen Central. And that's been, unfortunately for them, a recurring theme tonight. Just haven't quite been in sync on offense. It's been a bit of a problem all season, as they haven't quite gotten the offensive output that they would prefer. Not to say they're a bad offensive team by any means, just haven't had the breaks go their way. Aharts tried to go to Sonnenschein, and a foul's committed, it looks like by Dowen, who was trying to rip the basketball away and got a little too much skin. Corday Austin will check in the basketball game for Pierre. And the Golden Eagles will also send Colby Dowen to the bench. Timeout taken on the floor. We're going to stick with the action. Pierre on top 47-34, on the verge of getting a much-needed win on the road, their second road win of the 2024-25 South Dakota basketball season. And they've been led tonight by Luke Olson. What a stupendous performance. Got off to a little bit of a slow start in this one, but he really turned on the Jets in the second quarter, and between that and the third quarter, he has started to light up this Golden Eagles defense. 18 total points for number 23. And if that pace continues, he certainly has a big case to be the player of the game here tonight, as he so often is for Pierre. Tremendous superstar, tremendous person, tremendous athlete. And he's showing all of that on display tonight on the road, 2 hours and 45 minutes away from home. It's a long drive out here to Aberdeen, not the longest drive that Pierre takes in a given season, but certainly one that can definitely test your patience. And like I said before, Pierre has not been home since January 14th, so it's been a long time since they've been able to play at home. And at some point, maybe that road environment does wear on you just a little bit, but Pierre has shown themselves no worse for wear here tonight. They're wearing a three-piece suit and looking very, very businesslike in the way they're handling business so far tonight. Dawson Getz able to find Caden Aharts. Aharts from the logo. Going to bounce it over. Ball's found by Carter Schuffelbein. Now it's Olson with the ball. Olson cannot score. Schuffelbein, or Dilgis rather, tries to get the rebound. Now Getz able to find Aharts. Aharts stutter steps. Goes back to Getz. Getz from three-point land. Scores! Dawson Getz nails it. That may have been a long two. And it was indeed a long two. His foot was on the line. 49-34 for Pierre. Still an impressive shot by number 10. Now the Golden Eagles with it once more. Here's Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer able to find Swanson. Swanson trying to find somewhere to go, but this Pierre defense is just playing tremendous man-to-man. Bush takes the ball inside, or Birch rather, and it goes into a foul committed by the Govs. And now Aberdeen Central with the inbound pass coming up. 4:45 to go in this fourth quarter. Now the Golden Eagles trying to get something set up here. Ball goes up in the air. Olson makes huge contact with one of the Aberdeen Central players. Couldn't tell who that was. And it is Luke Swanson, who was trying to go up for that basketball at the same time Luke Olson was. And the loops collided and created a tough situation for Pierre. So an inbound pass on the way for the Golden Eagles, and a couple substitutions made. Colby Dowen back in the game, and he'll get the basketball. 23 versus 23 as Dowen is guarded by Olson. Bounce pass, able to find Swanson. Swanson has the ball go out of play, and it was last touched by Olson, so Aberdeen Central will keep possession. Here on top, 49-34, courtesy of the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. 4:35 to go in this final quarter of action. Shot up from Wishar, and he scores from the free throw line. Nice shot by Jacob Wishar. Brings the lead back down to 13. Pierre up 49-36 with 4:22 to go. Olson from the left wing, inside the post, gets in the paint, and he scores. What a shot by Olsen. What a move against the basket. And Olsen now with 20 total points on the night, 51-36 Governors. Now Dowen, no look pass, goes to Phillips. Three-point shot is good. Nice shot by Brendan Phillips, and he started to heat up from three just a little bit as time's gone on. And it's now a 12-point Governor advantage, 51-39. Olsen trying to make him pay once again. Cannot this time. Good interior defense by the Golden Eagles. And now Aberdeen Central with a chance to bring it back to a single-digit game. Birch comes up with it. Birch goes to the far side. Ball collected by Dowen. Colby Dowen finds Wishar. Wishar to Phillips. Phillips almost pushes off, but doesn't. Gives it up. Ball is given right back to Wishar from the free throw line. Double team. Somehow finds his way out of it. Puts up a shot and gets fouled. And now Jacob Wishar will head to the charity stripe. He did a solid job of just getting away from the pressure by Pierre that time. And that is an example of a player standing in tough, taking some contact, and putting himself in a good position. Wishar gets the first free throw. He is the leading scorer for Aberdeen Central tonight as they cross the 40 threshold. Wishar with 13 points. Trying to make it 14 right here and bring it back to a 10-point game with 3:21 to go. It goes off the rim, but he gets his own rebound. That may have been intentional. Wishar from underneath the basket is getting triple teamed, and that ball is taken away. Good defense by Pierre, and great work by Carter Shufflebein to get his hands up and take the ball away from Wishar. Luke Olsen now trying to put this game away. Goes to Getz in the far side. Gets to Aharts. Now Olsen from the left wing. Olsen waiting. Finds Shufflebein. Shufflebein trying to bounce it. Olsen has the basketball on the ground and rips it away from Jacob Wishar somehow as he was laying on his back. Olsen almost slips and actually does and loses the basketball. And that's going to be a turnover and Aberdeen Central ball, as I think Pierre was just trying to bleed down some clock a little bit, but the Golden Eagles will get the ball back. So Aberdeen Central not out of it yet, still with an opportunity here, but you got to think it's going to take a near miracle to overcome this 11-point deficit, but we've seen stuff like that before. Dowen, bounce pass, that is out of bounds, but it was last touched by Dilgis. So Aberdeen Central will get possession. Golden Eagles need just about everything to go their way late in the going. Head coach Norberg clapping his hands. Brent Norberg trying to motivate his team. Dowen inside, kicks it back out. Mid-range jumper is up and no good from Luke Swanson, but he is fouled, and that will send him to the charity stripe. Blackout 2025 for Aberdeen Central tonight. And although they may be playing with their hopes dim, they're trying to bring some light to the situation by making this a single-digit game. Luke Swanson can do just that, and he misses his first free throw. So put the kibosh on those hopes, at least for now. And it looks like the Golden Eagles are going to send in Michael Dutenhofer. He'll check in for Jack Birch, and the Golden Eagles will also send in Turner Bergan. So a couple of substitutions by the home team. Pierre will be back in action this Friday against Harrisburg right here on KCCR Radio. Make sure to check that one out. We'll have all the coverage for you coming up in just a couple of days, as the second free throw is soon to be on the way for Swanson. Pierre makes a couple of substitutions as well. Carter Shufflebein goes to the bench. Sawyer Sonnenschein back in the game. Let's see if Swanson can get the second one. He does. Goes to a 10-point game, and time running out for Aberdeen Central, but still with some hope as that pass gets through a defender. Pierce got it. It goes to Getz. Getz gets fouled, and he will head to the free throw line. That went right between the legs of one of the Golden Eagles. Couldn't tell who, but Pierce able to capitalize, and they got a chance to almost put this game away. What a job by Dawson Getz to collect it. And a great job initially by, I think that was Dilgis, who somehow was able to locate that basketball despite a defender being in the way. That's what you call great focus to detail. This game currently an 11-point Pierre lead as Getz makes the first free throw, and he nails both of them. What a night for Dawson Getz. He's now got 17. 53-41 Governors with 2:14 to go in this fourth quarter. Inside to Phillips, and that's going to be an and one. Great work by Phillips on the feed from Michael Dutenhofer. Chalk up the assist to number 2, and how about Aberdeen Central not giving up their hopes quite yet? Chance to bring it back to a single-digit basketball game. And that's one guy who hasn't quit tonight. Is the man at the free throw line. Phillips can't get the second one to fall, and Getz secures the rebound. Probably going to see some intentional fouls soon by the Golden Eagles. We'll see if they go to that option. They haven't yet. Sonnenschein trying to get out of traffic. Does go to Getz. And a timeout taken by Brianna Kusler. So she's going to stop play herself. Didn't like what was going on with the Pierre offense that time in transition, as they were trying to get it off, or out of, rather, the Aberdeen Central territory. 1:58 to go in this fourth quarter. Pierre up by 10 over Aberdeen Central, trying to bring this one home and get themselves to a 4-6 record so far here in 2025. And what a night it's been for Pierre all the way through. It was a close game to start off. It felt like it was really anybody's contest, but then it was a sensational second quarter by Luke Olson on defense that really turned the tide. And Pierre hasn't looked back ever since, although the game has been close. They've been able to maintain that advantage and haven't trailed once since that second quarter. Aberdeen Central kind of had the game get away from them late in the third and really haven't been able to close the gap as much as they would have liked. These teams have been pretty even since about the 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter, but with the advantage that Pierre's already built up, it's making life incredibly tough on Aberdeen Central right now. Final 1:58 in regulation. Pierre trying to bring this one home. Aberdeen Central trying to spoil the party. Inbound pass to Olson, and he's got nothing but hardwood in front of him. He scores. Great inbound pass, great look to Luke Olson. He capitalizes, and it's now a 22-point night for number 23, 55-43 Govs. On the other end, a foul was committed by a Pierre player. Didn't see who that time. I believe it was Dawson Getz, so Getz is the guilty party. And now free throws on the way for Aberdeen Central. That's a bit of a costly one because both teams are in the bonus now. Colby Dowen with the free throw chances, and he misses the first one, clangs it off the front of the iron. Golden Eagles on the verge of falling to 2-9 on the season. Dowen missed both of them, but the offensive rebound by Phillips, and he scores off the glass again. Brendan Phillips continuing to be a menace in the paint. That brings it to 55-45, and a foul committed, a push foul is going to be called against Luke Swanson, I believe. Pierre will get the inbound pass. So Swanson with the foul. 1:36 to go in this fourth quarter. Pierre trying to deal with the full court press. Getz has it. Getz goes to Olson. Olson leans into the defender. Almost has the ball stripped away, but does get it off to Aharts. Aharts goes right back to Olson. Still no foul from Aberdeen Central. And finally there it is on Brendan Phillips, but he commits it on Luke Olson, and that's about the last guy you'd want to foul in that situation with his incredible efficiency from the free throw line. So for the Governors, if they want to secure this win on the road, it comes down to doing the simple things, and that starts with making your free throws. Olson's first is up, and he nails it. Luke Olson's sensational night continues. It's now 23 for number 23. Aberdeen Central will sub in Jacob Wishar. He'll check in for Brendan Phillips, actually for Turner Bergan, excuse me. And the second free throw also goes in for Olson. And he continues to astound and amaze, make it 57-45 Pierre. And those free throws are going to make life hard. Timeout taken, a 30-second timeout by Aberdeen Central. We're going to stick with the action here. Governors can surpass 60-plus points once again, which is something that their offense has been able to do quite a bit recently. It's been the part of their game that's been consistent to the bitter end, and it's the part that keeps delivering time and time again. The big question was whose defense was going to be able to step up tonight and who could avoid turnovers, and both of those questions were answered primarily by Pierre, who was able to not only handle the ball well, but also force a lot of turnovers and play great offense all night long. Meanwhile, Aberdeen Central had a lot of opportunities and mistakes that ended up costing them this game. And although the time's not done yet, it's looking very dim for the Golden Eagles. Pierre comes up with it once more. Caden Aharts gets the rebound. And the Govs now trying to deal with this full court press. Goes up top to Sunshine, hands it right off to Aharts. Aharts trying to bleed some clock and finally does get fouled. That'll send Caden Aharts to the free throw line. Foul committed, it looks like, by Luke Swanson. It is Swanson. So Aharts goes to the free throw line with exactly a minute to go in regulation. And Caden Aharts, like I mentioned before, played a little bit in the sophomore game just a couple of hours ago and has been brought into the varsity game and has done especially well. He continues to really develop his stock as a great depth piece for Pierre. And when you look at how young he is and how much time he's got left, the sophomore certainly has a bright future ahead of him. Makes both free throws here, and Pierre continues to do the little things that could carry them to a win. 59-45, final minute of regulation. Dutenhofer goes up top, able to find Dowen. Three-point shot off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound is, oh my goodness, out of bounds, and Sunshine crashes into the Powerade coolers in the bench, and he gets up and smiles. Glad to see he's okay. That was a tough collision over there on the far side of the court. He went after that basketball, and that looks like something out of NFL films. You run into the cooler and almost knock it over. Almost looked like that was set up there intentionally as a prop or something. So now it's the Golden Eagles back on offense. Olsen almost strips it away from Phillips. Pass inside, shot up and good from Luke Swanson. Almost a disaster, turns into a great play for Aberdeen Central, and now Pierre's got the ball once more. It was Luke Olsen tries to go up the court, but instead gets fouled. Aberdeen Central all over it, making sure that Pierre does not bleed off that much more clock. With 31.8 seconds to go, Swanson heads to the free throw line. Or rather, Olsen heads to the free throw line, getting my 23s mixed up there. And Luke Olsen with an opportunity to continue to add to what's been a special night. First free throw is no good. That's a rare miss for a guy who's usually so efficient from the free throw line. Trying to get 27 points with this free throw right here. I believe I miscounted earlier. Just rattles home the second one. It went in and out, but finally rattled home. And Pierre now crosses the 60 mark and takes a 13-point lead. Final seconds, Dutenhofer shot goes in. Mid-range J for number 2, his first points of the night. And another timeout taken by Aberdeen Central. They are running short on timeouts, though. That is going to be their final one. So they cannot stop the clock anymore after this. 24.3 to go in this fourth quarter. Central down by 11 to Pierre, up 60-49. And the Governors, it looks like, are going to be able to come away with a big win on the road in a tough environment on a blackout night. These Aberdeen Central fans haven't made it easy, but Pierre has been ready to go every step of the way, and now they've got a chance to answer the call as some of the Golden Eagles fans file for the exits. Brianna Kusler's team has certainly dealt with their trials this year, but they've always found a way to get up and show just how good they can be. And this is a great response after the disappointment of the Brandon Valley game last Thursday on the road. Fought hard and was a pretty evenly matched game through 3 quarters, but then the fourth quarter kind of slipped away from them. And for a team that's traditionally been so good in the fourth quarter, that was a big disappointment. Well, tonight it's been the inverse of that. Pierre has played their best basketball in this fourth quarter, and it has put them in position to come away with a win. Now all they've got to do is finish the job. Let's see if the Govs can seize the moment. Golden Eagles are showing full court press. We'll see if Pierre can negotiate it. Aharts finds his way to Swanson. Swanson runs away from the defense, bleeding off some clock, letting the clock tick down. Aberdeen Central's trying to foul. 3 guys on Olsen, and finally he is fouled by one of the Golden Eagles. May have been Dutenhofer. So many bodies in on the basketball that time, couldn't tell exactly who it was. And it was actually on Colby Dowen, number 23. That's his 5th foul, so Dowen will have to retire from this basketball game as he heads to the bench. Tough night for him as far as defense is concerned, but not a bad scoring night overall, and He's getting a discussion from his head coach, Brent Norberg. First free throw goes home for Luke Olson. And Olson increases his point total to 28 of Pierre's 61 points. And as expected, he nails both of them. He's now one away from a 30-point night. 62-49 Governors. Trying to conserve some clock is Aberdeen Central. Dutenhofer from the top of the key finds Swanson. Swanson gives it up. And a shot is going to go in here from Wishar, a mid-range J, but the clock continues to tick. Comes up with it, and that is going to run out the clock here on the road. The Pierre Governors find their way back in the win column with a 62-49 win over Aberdeen Central, and they did it the hard way with great defense, tremendous offense, and consistent playmaking all the way around, led by Luke Olson's 29 sensational points, a career night for him, and a big, potentially season-saving win for the Governors. Still a lot of basketball left to be played, but this is the kind of win that can instill confidence and put you back in position in this South Dakota double-A race, and who knows, maybe even hosting a game in the Sodak 16 coming up in March. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have post-game coverage of the Govs and the Golden Eagles right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. This is Pierre Governors Basketball on KCCR. Don't go anywhere. Back in 3.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Welcome back to Aberdeen, South Dakota. Dylan Simmons on the call with you, and we're now in our KCCR Sports post-game show. Your Pierre Governors boys basketball team winning by a score of 62-51 over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles here on the road tonight. Let's go over some post-game stats for you real quick in this big win for the Pierre Governors, as we'll have the Brittany Shovelbein scoreboard come back up for us. Pierre was led tonight by Luke Olson, our player of the game, 29 total points. What a sensational outing it was for number 23. He was on point all night long and just found a way to the hoop. And remember, that was on a pretty slow start to the game. He didn't have the best first quarter overall, but after the second quarter, it felt like he kind of flipped the switch and really changed everything about where he was headed in this game and delivered an all-timer here on the road, one of his best career performances on the way to the 11-point win. Dawson Getz not to be outdone at a 17-point night, and he was sensational from beyond the arc, the primary three-point shooter for Pierre tonight. Governors also had great scoring from Corey Austin, who had 8. Caden Aharts had 6, big night for him, and Carter Shovelbein also made a single 2-point shot for the Governors. That's how they got their 62 points. But really, it was Getz and Luke Olson with their great performances. When those two guys are on, it feels like Pierre can beat just about anybody, and both of those guys were playing great basketball tonight, as was the whole team, both offensively and defensively, which is something we have stressed all night long. Meanwhile, for Aberdeen Central, they were led in scoring by Jacob Wishar, who had 15 points. Brendan Phillips also had 14, so 29 combined points between those two. Luke Swanson had 6, Jacob Birch had 6, Turner Bergan had 2, and Michael Dutenhofer also had 2. That's how Aberdeen Central got their 51. And it wasn't a bad scoring night for the Golden Eagles, but what continues to plague them is their defense. That's now 6 straight games that the Golden Eagles have given up 60-plus points. And Pierre's offense did what Brianna Kusler wanted them to do. They took advantage of opportunities all night long and played efficient basketball, played turnover-free basketball for the most part. And when you play smart like that, it puts you in a position to come away with quite a few victories. So Pierre has certainly been able to do that here tonight. We're going to take one more 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will wrap things up from Aberdeen. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to high school basketball on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel in this presentation of Pierre Governor Basketball. We'll be back in 2.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Discover the ultimate driving experience at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. With our extensive lineup of vehicles, including reliable sedans, rugged SUVs, and powerful trucks, finding your perfect match has never been easier. Plus, our dedicated team is committed to providing top-notch customer service, ensuring your satisfaction every step of the way. Visit us today and experience the excellence at Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Welcome back to Aberdeen. Dylan Simmons on the call with you in our KCCR Sports post-game show. Your Governors coming away with a 62-51 win in boys basketball action over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, about 2 3/4 hours away from home back in the capital city. And it's going to be a long drive, but a fun drive tonight for the Govs on that bus ride back home. Sensational night for Luke Olson, 29 total points, our leading scorer and our player of the game for Pierre. Next up for the Govs, they'll be taking on Harrisburg at home on Friday at 7 p.m. They then have O'Gorman the very next day on Saturday. We'll have both of those games right here on KCCR, so make sure you keep an eye out for that, as well as the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Got a fun weekend of sports coming up, a lot of stuff in action, not just basketball. There's going to be some wrestling going on, a lot of other sports as well, as I understand, so keep an eye on all of that right here on KCCR. We'll have full reports on that, not only in the games, but also in our KCCR morning show. So make sure to keep an eye out for all of that. But as for tonight, that's going to do it. So thank you all so much for tuning in on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. For Jen back at the station, I'm Dylan Simmons saying so long from Aberdeen, where the final score is Pierre 62, Aberdeen Central 51. This has been a presentation of KCCR. Make sure you tune in next time. We'll see you later. And remember to always have an electric night.
KCCR Pierre, AM 1240 and 98.9 FM, a Riverfront broadcasting station.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by State Farm Insurance Becky Pottseba Agency, the American of Fort Pierre, Bank West, Capital City Ford, Lincoln and Toyota, Birding Electric, Gales Gas, American Family Insurance Brittany Schaffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, First Dakota National Bank, Shane's Pharmacy, Missouri River Dentistry, Kruger Contracting, Edward Jones Financial, Lamb Motor, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Todd's Electric, and the South Dakota Office of Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. Join us next time for Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports leader.